Hello everyone. Today we are going to see on a very favorite topic that I believe that you will like as well. Today we are going to talk about sleep. Now why is sleep out of all other issues like anxiety, depression? Because sleep is so responsible for your anxiety, it is also responsible for your good mood. How it is responsible? Let's start by the definition of sleep. Sleep by itself is a biological process. It is also a psychological well-being element. Now, how it happens? Sleep, as you all know, we all sleep at night. Mainly at night, but sometimes even at daytimes. Now, why do you tend to sleep in the afternoons or even in the late evenings when you have a good sleep at night? Then something is missing, right? So, let's focus on how sleep deprivation will affect us. Now, how do you know that you are sleep deprived? Let's talk about it today in a very detailed manner and how sleep happens to you and what are the things happen within your body when you are sleeping. There are stages in sleep when you are soundly sleeping, and it can be classified into two variants or let's say two categories. The first sleep is the non-REM sleep and the next sleep pattern is the REM sleep pattern. Now, what do I mean by REM? Which is nothing but your rapid eye movement. When you sleep, initially your eyes shut down, but later during your sleep phase, there are times where your eyes have a rapid movement, where your brain gets active suddenly and it slows. Now, let's start with the outline of a day and a night of a person, where morning he wakes up, he goes to work, he does every routine, everything completely, perfectly, and when he comes back to home, he feels a bit tired. And then he refreshes and every home has, the dinner has been served, and then he hits his bed. Now, what happens when that person hits the bed or when he just lays down in the bed? Slowly, he will go into the phase called non-REM, which means non-rapid eye movement sleep. And in this non-rapid eye movement sleep, there are different stages, mainly three we will focus today. The first stage is where the eyes doze off, they close, they shut, and then relaxedly they lie down on the bed, and where the brain is starting or noticing that the person is getting ready to sleep. The next stage is where a little bit drowsiness and little bit forcibly your eyes shut down. Even if you want to get awake, you just relax and every outside sound is being reduced, or the volume of that stimulus is being reducing its intensity. So, what happens in stage 2 is, we call it light sleep, where your body starts to relax, your delta waves is started generated, where your emotions, your process of the brain activity, your memories are slowly getting filtered and categorized in your brain, where you have a light sleep, which means you stop hearing the outside sounds and you are starting to actual sleep. But still, even in this stage, you can be wakened up. And slowly you enter into stage 3, where the delta waves in your brain are being produced and where your body starts repairing and where your body starts relaxing. Some muscles of your body can even be paralyzed, but your brain is still active, producing your delta waves. and then you enter into REM sleep, which is rapid eye movement sleep, after 90 to 120 minutes of you laying in your bed. Now, what happens when you start into the phase of rapid eye movement, where your body starts to break down a element called adenosine, which is also responsible for your sleep. When you are awake, this adenosine is being built up in your body, which runs in your system and which makes you feel sleepy at night. At night, this element is being broken down so that your brain and your body will regain its alertness. Another hormone or an element that is responsible for your sleep is melatonin, which also does his work. This REM sleep or rapid eye movement sleep is so important because it has a link with your immune system, because during this phase your immunity, your body regains its immunity, it starts repairing, it starts rejuvenating, and the brain starts to filter the unnecessary information or the unnecessary things from your mind. This sleep cycle often happens when you are completely sleeping or completely put off, and usually it is difficult for us to wake up when you are in your REM sleep. Now, why this cycle is important for us to know? Because each phase or each stage has its own value, as in each stage your body tries to repair itself, rejuvenate itself, and to renovate itself as well. Now, what happens when the sleep is being deprived? Things get slowed down. Imagine, usually our biological clock hits us and tells us you get sleepy by 9, please go hit the bed by 9. But due to technologies or advancements, we hit the bed by 12, by 1, even at dawn sometimes. Now, what happens when we put or when we just take extra awakening in our lives instead of sleeping? The regular process, the body takes time to repair, right? So, when the body needs time, the time is not given to the body to recover itself. Therefore, the recovery is not happening. If you notice yourself, if you are not sleeping for at least a day properly, at least to 7 hours, you will feel slight irritation the next day morning itself. You get headaches. Sometimes some people feel nausea. Sometimes their mood gets affected for the whole day. Sleep does not help you biologically, but also help you in psychological aspects as well, because it has high connections with your mood, which is the state of mind. Now, how do you know you are deprived or not? Let's see what happens when you are sleep deprived. You get irritable, you get frustrated, you are unable to concentrate. Studies are even telling us now, our recent studies, that people who sleep less are having a difficulty in decision making. If you are unable to sleep or you don't get proper sleep at night, there are some symptoms that we need to look on to. First, you can get irritability or you can be easily frustrated during the daytime, or a heavy task has been given to you. Either you don't sleep at all or you sleep all through the while, and you can't pay attention attentively to the work given to you. Sometimes you can have difficulty even in decision making. Recent studies have showed that sleep deprivation can cause you severely because you can't be able to decide what you want and what you not. Sleep deprivation has also has a high link with your decision making, because studies shows that sleep deprivation can cause you your disability in decision making. Now, how do you know you are sleep deprived? Let's see, if you are an adult, your sleep pattern should be minimum 8 to 9 hours per day. Now, let's say if you are a young person who is entering your teenage, your sleep patterns duration should be at least 9 to 10. And what about the toddlers? More than 10 hours. Now, how to stop your sleep deprivation? Let's say you're a person who sleeps at night, or you're a person who says that you are a night owl. Well, which is good, but not always. There are things that we need to regulate, because end of the day, we are human beings. So, there are certain techniques or there are certain discipline routines that we can follow so that we will sleep well and also get a good sleep. Number 1, maintaining sleep hygiene. Now, what is sleep hygiene? Is making your surrounding where you sleep a proper and a comfortable place where you would want to sleep. Example, if you are a hurry-burry person, you get up from your bed and you straight get ready and go out and not fold your bed sheets, that's not right. Studies also show that your discipline starts from folding your bed sheets and making your bed in the morning after you wake up. That small discipline helps you groom yourself better. So, when you get up in the morning, it is good that you make your bed for the night time, where you come, when you see, you feel comfortable and you lay down and sleep. The second thing that I would like to tell you is, if you're a person who sleeps late at night, let's say 11 o'clock, I would suggest that you will increase 20 minutes ahead and sleep. Let's say, for example, you're deciding to sleep at 11 always. Now, I suggest that you sleep by, let's say, 10:35 or 10:40, so that you regulate that discipline. And once you're comfortable with 10:40, increase 20 minutes, that you will hit your bed by 10:20. Regular exercise and regular sun rays helps you also to sleep well. Another thing that I would suggest is, for a good sleep, do not be preoccupied of thoughts before you hit your bed. Also, you should regulate your screen timings. Let's say 1 hour your screens should be off before you hit the bed. If you're sleeping by 10, your TV, your laptops and your mobile phones should be off by 9 p.m. And also practice this in the morning as well. When you get up, the first 1 hour, no for screens. And if you think that your sleep deprivation is becoming a constant and a chronic episode or a phase, please refer a medical practitioner so that you will get help professionally and also morally. And you are a person who binge watch series, please don't. Binge watch it in the daytime and not at the night, if you really want to. So today we saw what is sleep, the patterns or the stages the sleep we go through, also what sleep deprivation can happen, can make us, and sleep deprivation, how it affects us, and also things that can help us to sleep well. Hope this tip or this intro about sleep will help you, and may you have a good, pleasant sleep always. Take care.